Hello sports fans, welcome back to another season of Back and Forth. Today we're talking exclusively about Cal men's basketball and of course the Mike Montgomery shove of Allen Crabbe. I'm Sean Wagner-McGough.
And I'm Matt Chiang.
And we're going back
and forth. This past weekend, the Bears hosted UCLA and USC on Thursday and Sunday and beat them both 76-63 and 76-68 respectively. Sean, what are your thoughts on the games?
First off, the UCLA game, that first half was probably the best half of basketball that we've seen out of these Bears in really a really long time, a couple of seasons at the most. The Bears simply outshot the Bruins and outdefended them. They shot 59% from the floor, they were forcing turnovers all over the place, which led to really easy buckets and transition. That being said though, coming out against USC, I was very disappointed the way that the Bears played really for 30 minutes in that game. There was a lot of turnovers, specifically in that first half. Cal turned it over 5 times in 5 straight possessions. Really led to a big Trojan run and forced really a remarkable comeback on behalf of the Bears, ending the game on a 25-7 run. What were your thoughts?
Sean, the team goes where Allen Crabbe goes. At the 16:30 mark, which we'll talk about soon, Coach Montgomery shoved Allen Crabbe and it seemed to get him going. Crabbe ended up scoring 14 points the rest of the way, with 10 of those points coming the last 4.5 minutes, with 3 threes in that final span. Crabbe was huge. He ended the game with 23 points and 10 rebounds, so team is all on him.
Completely agree with you. Really, the team really rides and dies with Allen Crabbe, and also Justin Cobbs, who unfortunately has been bothered by cramps, it seems like, for the past 2 games. But he's really stepped it up. He's hitting a high percentage of his shots. Moving forward for the Bears to really go dancing this spring, I think it's going to come down to this Oregon game. They can continue their momentum and wrap up with a huge on-the-road upset against the Ducks. I think moving forward, this team will have enough momentum to do enough damage in the Pac-12 tournament and ultimately go dancing. Despite Cal's remarkable comeback against USC on Sunday, the game was overshadowed by head coach Mike Montgomery's shove of Allen Crabbe. Matt, I've got to ask you, fair or foul?
Fair. I got 2 quick points. Why? Well, first of all, after the game, Crabbe and Montgomery both said that it worked. Coach Monty was apathetic a little bit. He knew he was a little bit out of line, but he said it worked, didn't it? Allen Crabbe later said it did get him going, and it showed. He scored 14 points after the 16:30 mark, with 10 of those points coming the last 4.5. I mean, it was a light shove at best, too.
I'll disagree with you on that, man. I'm going to go foul on this one. It's not even an argument, man. Mike Montgomery, he does have a spotless track record, but a head coach, especially at the collegiate level, cannot push a student athlete the way he did. Granted, it was a soft shove, it doesn't matter. You can't put your hands on a player. Additionally, I don't think the shove worked as much as everyone across the country seems to think. If you recall, he had 9 points before that shove occurred at the 16-minute mark. For the next 12 minutes, he only scored 4 more points. It wasn't until the last 4 minutes when Cal was really faced with that deficit and had to cut into it with their backs against the wall that he took off with 10 points. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say foul. I guess we'll have to see what the Pac-12 has to say about this issue moving forward.
That's it for us, sports fans. Thanks for watching the very first episode of a new season of Back and Forth. I'm Matt Chiang.
And I'm Sean Wagner-McGough.
Be sure to tune in next week to get your download in what's up in Cal Sports.